Stop everything and do not scroll for 1 second longer, because Shen Yue just made a declaration so shocking, so emotional, and so unexpected that fandom spaces across the world froze mid-refresh. And if you think this saga was already complicated, then buckle up, because the reason she gave for choosing Dylan Wang has added an entirely new layer that nobody saw coming. And if you want every breathtaking moment, every whispered line, and the scene that reportedly made several insiders stare at each other in disbelief, then stay with us until the very end, because the final reveal will leave you questioning everything. It did not happen on a stage, not at a press conference, not through a glossy interview. It happened in a quiet private room far from cameras. Soft lighting, curtains drawn, city lights blinking faintly through glass. A table in the center, holding untouched cups of tea. Shen Yue sat on one side, Dylan Wang on the other. Between them lay months of tension, unfinished conversations, confessions that came too late, requests for space, warnings from rivals, advice from friends, and a future that refused to wait politely. Those close to the situation say Shen Yue had asked for this meeting herself.
No managers, no schedules.
Just honesty. When Dylan arrived, he looked nervous. Not dramatic nervous. Quiet nervous. The kind that settles into your shoulders and makes you sit straighter than usual. You wanted to see me? He asked. She nodded.
Yes. We need to talk.
Her voice was steady, which surprised him, because lately everything else around them had been chaos. They sat. For a long moment neither spoke. The silence stretched until it felt deliberate. Then Shen Yue inhaled slowly. I have thought about this longer than anyone realizes. Dylan watched her carefully. About Miles. About you. About my career. About the noise. About my family. About the future. She paused. And about things I never planned to say out loud. His brow furrowed. Like what? She folded her hands. Like what kind of life I actually want. Not the one people imagine for me. Not the one trending online. The one I wake up to every day. Dylan swallowed.
And
she met his eyes. And the kind of home I want. That word shifted something in the room. Home. He did not interrupt. She continued. I asked for space because I needed to hear myself. Not fans. Not headlines. Not either of you. Just me. He nodded slowly. And what did you hear? She exhaled. That I am tired of choosing out of fear. Fear of hurting someone. Fear of backlash. Fear of making the wrong move publicly. She looked at him. And that the decision I make now will shape more than just me. Dylan stiffened slightly. What do you mean? She hesitated, then spoke softly. Children. The word hung there. Not shouted. Not dramatic. Just heavy. Dylan blinked. Children. She nodded. Someday. Not tomorrow. Not announced. But someday. She continued. When I imagine that life. A family. Stability. Someone who knows me beyond headlines. Someone who has seen my worst weeks and stayed anyway. Someone who would protect that quiet life. Her eyes did not leave his. I see you. Dylan froze. The city hummed faintly outside. He did not speak. Could not. She added. And I realized something that terrified me. He whispered.
What?
That every time I tried to picture walking away from you completely, the future felt hollow. She swallowed. Not lonely. Just wrong. He stood slowly, without realizing he was doing it.
Shen Yue.
She lifted a hand. Let me finish. She stood too, matching his height. I am not choosing you because of pressure, or guilt, or because someone else asked me first. I am choosing you because when I think about the life I want to build, including the family I hope to have someday, you are in it. Front and center. He stared at her, voice low. You are saying. She nodded. I choose you. Dylan exhaled sharply. But she was not done. She added quietly. For the sake of our future children. For the kind of home I believe we could give them. For the version of myself I become when I am with you. That was the moment. according to insiders.
When the air changed.
Not explosive, not theatrical, but real. Dylan took a step toward her, eyes searching. You have no idea how long I have wanted to hear that. She smiled faintly. You almost waited too long. He laughed softly. I know. They stood there, not touching, yet closer than they had been in months. He asked, what about everything else? The noise, the backlash. Miles. She answered calmly. I will handle it. I am done letting fear run my life. He nodded. Whatever comes. I am with you. She met his gaze. Then do not hide again. He shook his head. Never. Outside that room the world did not yet know. But inside, a decision had been made. Within hours whispers began. A cancelled dinner. A sudden change in schedules. A quiet message passed through agencies. Fans sensed it immediately. Something shifted. Commentators noticed Dylan smiling differently in public. Shen Yue liking posts about choosing your own path. Miles suddenly silent.
No bag quotes. No cryptic captions.
Just absence. Which in celebrity worlds is often the loudest response. By morning the rumor mill detonated. She chose him. For the future. For family.
For stability.
Screenshots multiplied. Reaction videos exploded. Comment sections flooded. Some cheering.
Some shocked.
Some accusing. Some crying. Some demanding confirmation. And through it all neither Dylan nor Shen Yue said a word. Which only made the story feel bigger. Heavier. More real. Because silence after a choice like that feels intentional. If you want to know what happened next, how Miles reacted privately, what Shen Yue told her closest friend that same night, and whether this decision will finally end the triangle or ignite something even larger, then stay close because this chapter may be over, but the consequences are only just beginning.